Hey everybody, now it's time for the Wednesday puzzle. If you've been with me on the Monday and Tuesday puzzle, don't forget I'm going to do all 7 days of the week, as each day it gets harder and harder and harder. So Wednesday puzzles are where it starts to get a little bit tricky. If you watch the Monday and Tuesday puzzles, links are in the description, you'll see that it's pretty much obvious. The clues, whatever your first gut instinct was, pretty much that was what the answer of the puzzles were. When you get to Wednesday, you got to stop and think a little more. It's not impossible. Remember, I also have a video on all these tips and tricks on how to do a New York Times crossword puzzle. I might reference it while I do this puzzle. Okay, so let's start. Began, notice it's past tense, began devouring, say. So that would maybe be something, to eat, but it's past tense. Maybe it's something that you ate. I don't know. We'll kind of keep going. And sign of love in Latin America. Well, the answer is probably in Spanish. A sign of love would be maybe a Spanish word. Love, how do you say love in Spanish? I don't actually know. Let's keep going. Dynamite hit makers in 2020. Well, I believe that's actually band BTS. Blank. We blank blessed to him. I think it's we are so blessed. Again, these are basically what I call the gimmies, the straightforward ones. If it's not, we'll figure it out. Drip with. Could be lots of things, I guess. I'll have to skip that. Now, I'm on to you. Now, it's in quotes, so it's be like another way of saying I'm on to you, but this only has 3 letters, so it's a little bit tricky. Also, remember, it's going to have to fit down, and so something's going to have to be something, T something, so that's probably a little bit tricky. Now we get to whatever the theme of the puzzle is, which is deal with it. It's in italics, but it's the longer answer, which usually has something to do with the theme of the puzzle. I don't know what it is, so let's keep going. A fortune teller's sphere. Well, it's a globe. It's a which I will call an orb. Brian, a musician Eno. This is a very common crossword puzzle. It's a very, very common crossword puzzle question. Desert or tundra? Let's see. I guess that could be a lot of different things. Opinions. Notice it's plural. I don't know, but we know the answer is going to be with an S. So let's just go over here to where it's like a comment you may be dripping with. I don't know. Irony, sarcasm, dripping with, I don't know. You dig, again, in quotes. It's another way of saying you dig. So we'll get to that. Now let's just sort of start working the downs here on that whole same section. The ruler of the mythological underworld. Well, looking at this A and this E and these clues, I think the answer is Hades, and it seems to fit, and that is who I know to be the ruler of the underworld. A court may be in the middle of one. I mean, I'm looking at that, and my gut says it's arena, because it sort of works, and also because you have this H here, it's probably going to be H followed by a vowel. Because you have this R here, it's going to have to probably be a vowel followed by R. Arena works. So I could be wrong, but let's give it a try. And let's go to 3 down. Look of a room, not sure yet, I'll skip it. A big blank, a serious favor. Well, that's a big ask. And now let's come 5 down. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so something. I guess we'll just keep going across the top and just real fast. Morph into, could be lots of things. Event often in caps on a syllabus. Usually it's probably a test or an exam or an oral, a final. Can't miss, and it's a longer one. Don't know. Not even. Well, that could be any, or could be lots of things. Creator of a spread. Well, that would be like a bookie, but it's not really going to fit, but maybe it's book something. So I'm just going to put that in there for now. And usually by the Wednesday puzzle, I have to start making some guesses, and I'm probably wrong. Winning feat achieved twice by the Green Bay Packers. Well, I actually know that it happens to be a three-peat because I am a fan, so that also fits. So that leaves this with breaks down is sobs, as in cries. And that actually has these working here. I'm on to you now. Yeah, that works. And it leads to this 22 across, opinions, which would be it takes. Opinions on something is what's your takes on something. Let's come back here, because now we can say began devouring. Remember, it's past tense. So I'm now thinking it's had at, because that would be past tense. And also I knew D, a consonant's going to work here, and that does make sense. The look of a room on 3 down makes it decor. And let's go across here. So deal with it, deck. Well, the first thing that comes to me is deal a deck of cards. I mean, maybe the DECKOFCARD. It could be deck of cards. You deal with it. Get it? That's the pun. You deal a deck of cards. Let's come down here. A comment may be dripping with it. Well, I think the sarcasm was my guess before, right? So I'm going to now go with that. Sorry, not sorry. It feels like too bad. By the way, if it was too bad, that would put an O there, which would work towards deck of cards. If this is an F, starting with an F going down, rummage around. I don't think it would start with a F. Oh, by the way, sarcasm is misspelled. I'm sorry. Let's have to go morph into. Okay. So I think we got to keep moving on. You dig? I don't know. You see? That could be a lot of things. Stick with it. Stick with it. Okay. Don't know. Gritty film. Gritty film. Well, that could be a lot of things. So film could refer to like dirtiness, but a gritty film could also be like a movie, like a gangster movie or a violent movie. A quick cut, okay? Could be lots of things. That would be Ken Jennings of Jeopardy. And let's come here to electrical units. I know that it says units, so it's plural, so we're going to go there. 37 across, a fast pitch. Don't know what that could be. Part of many a friendship bracelet. Okay, don't know what that could be either. Not be square, say. I guess it would be like, could be to be hip. Let's see. Well, if we were to go down, one getting PWNED often, I have no idea what that means. I don't know. Analogous, and that's like alike. Maybe, but that doesn't necessarily fit. Liberal things. Again, it's plural, and it's liberal in quotes, so it's probably liberal. Like liberal arts. How about we do that? Another one of the big ones that's tied to the theme, get on with it. I don't know. So we have these, deal with it, always with it, stick with it, get on with it. Okay. Make cryptic. Don't know. Wasn't a myth, maybe a fact, but that doesn't fit. Keep going. Stringed instruments in some psychedelic music. I would have said a theremin, but that doesn't fit. Kitchen wrap. I would be like, and because it's in question marks, it could be a little tricky. So I was thinking saran wrap, but it could be something else because of the question mark. It's basically saying it's not what you think. Yes to Yves. Well, I know yes. Yves is a French name, so that would mean, how do you say yes in French? O-U-I. 57 across. Residue from a barbecue. Residue from a barbecue. I would say that would be like ash because you had a fire and now it's out. I'll skip that for now. Roll with it. Another themed one. Let's get on with it. Now it's roll with it. Uma Thurman is sort of a give me there. A slowpoke. Okay, we'll have to come back to that. A painter's prop. Okay, we'll come back to that. It could be lots of things. A do-over of a sort. Again, these could all be lots of different things. What some butterfly wings appear to have. Don't know. And another do-over. So we have a do-over of a sort, and we have another do-over. Okay, so let's start doing the downs here. 5 down. Sorry, not sorry. Don't know. Morph into. Now I'm starting to think that is become. You morph into something, you become it. What would this be? It was cross, sign of love in Latin America. Well, a kiss in Spanish is a beso, so the beso would work, and then that would work with become, and then if that was an E in beso, event often in capitals on a syllabus, well, that would speak to the exam, and can't miss, that would be an S if it was beso, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be surefire, maybe? I mean, this is all starting to make sense. Not even, but that would be an O. Oh, not even then would be odd. Okay, so here we go, folks. We know it's beso. And we know that then this B is a B morph into, so it's become. If it had been morphed into, then it would have been became. So we're then going to say then that this was an exam. Let me see. If I go across, does that work? Drip with. Ooh, how about exude? Okay, so maybe. So let's see. Down, can't miss. I thought it was surefire, which would speak to exude if we went that way. Sure. Fire. I'm just going to go with that for now. Not even. I was going to. Oh, so exude does work because if that was what I thought and it was odd, deck. Oh, deal with it. Remember how I said probably a deck of cards and the O worked and that worked? Deck of cards. Okay, so now, sorry, not sorry. Oh, that would be too bad. And rummage around. And again, it's a word with a parentheses, meaning replace the first word and it has to work with the second word. So instead of rummage around, something around. That would basically mean rummage around. So I think it's like, I don't know. Desert or tundra. Okay, so it's like a biome. Okay, so this makes this fish. Like to fish around is the same thing as to rummage around. Okay. Okay, so let's come back here. Respect. I think that's esteem. Okay. So that did make book work, but it wasn't bookie, but it does mean it could be bookmaker. That does work. Lead into country or rock. I believe that's like alt, as in alt rock. 2006 animated film that really should have starred Adam Driver and Parker Posey. I don't get it. Why is that? Okay, so because it's cars. Got it. And then it's Adam Driver, he drives. Parker Posey because it's parking a car. Whatever. Not good. I don't know. That'd be bad. I don't know. What is this one, though? Oh, you dig? Okay, so it's feel me. So not good. Maybe evil? Like that would be like not good. So it's bad, but it's evil. E works. It kind of fits. Does it work this way? Stick with it. Adhere. Well, okay, so deck of cards. So you deal cards. Maybe this is the theme. So stick. What sticks? Because I kind of feel like this could be tape. Something tape. And what would that be? Would it start if it started with an E? 30 down tips. What if we went this way? Part of many bracelet. How about a bead? A friendship bracelet is a bead. So if this was an E, because this was tape, tips. Oh, okay. So the tips of something are the ends of something. Okay. So adhesive tape. Got it. All right, so we're coming into what the theme here is, which is deal with it. Well, you deal a deck of cards. Stick with it. Well, tape sticks. So let's come here. We're going to go get on with it. So what would you get on with? Like something that you need to get on something and roll with it. Something that you would need to roll. Okay, we'll just remember those things. A quick cut. Well, that's a trim. So we're starting to get somewhere. Now let's start to work more downs. Defend the hive in a way. Sting, maybe, because you're a bee. I don't know. One getting pawned, like I said, I don't know. Classic melodramatic cry. I would say like, woe is me. Woe, W-O-E-I-S. No, but there's an M. It could be me, something me. Seriously, I don't know. Could be lots of things. Kind of mark. Question mark? I don't know. Be forlorn. That's to be sad or something. I don't know. What would the across be? Fast pitch. Don't know. Okay, so let's keep going. A prominent instrument in these boots are made for walking. I think it's a bass. It also kind of fits. Like a cutie patootie. Attractive, I don't know. Record label for Diana Ross and Elvis Presley. I'm pretty sure they were on RCA. I would have said Motown because it was Diana Ross, but Elvis Presley was definitely not on Motown. But I do know he was on RCA. Hazards, again, don't know, but it's plural. Neuron fiber, do not know. Karaoke participant. I mean, my gut says it's a singer or a DJ, but we'll skip it. A goner. Ooh. Pioneer of calculus notation. No idea. A humdinger. No idea. Pulitzer winner. Bellow. No idea. Deme something ballet move. No idea. United. That would be like one. It's a common crossword thing. And love. Modern love. Okay, so bit of a twist there. We'll have to figure that out. Let's come back now to what we have and see if we can keep working. Gritty film. So what you need to do when you're sort of out of the gimmies is you're going to need to start putting things in that you think might work and then seeing if it works or if it doesn't, and if not, change it. So a gritty film, part of me thinks this is either referring to film as in a movie, a gritty movie, and that would be a noir with an N, but I don't know what N would be with this. And if it was noir, N-O-I-R, then how does that classic, that may be like, oh, something me. Okay, well, I'm going to pencil mark in, oh, something me. Defend the hive in a way. So I'm going to go with maybe sting as the guess. Let's just see if that worked. What would that mean if we came across? Analogous, is to, something is to, but that didn't work. And fast pitch. Maybe it's a pitch like you're pitching somebody something, like an elevator pitch. What butterfly wings appear to have? I don't know. It could be like eyes or ears or something like that, maybe. Oh, okay. So electrical, this helps. Electrical units. If this is OH, then this would be ohms, OHM. Does that help going down? Well, again, if this is noir, that'd be one getting owned, pwned. Okay, my guess is that maybe this is like pwned is like a slangy term, and so I've seen a lot of this. I've seen the word noob, which is slang for like a newbie, like someone who's new at gaming. Maybe this has to do with a game. Somebody getting pwned is like a term for like being owned for gaming. And if this was an I for, because if this was noir and then this was an I, seriously, then this could be like, I mean it. But I think it could be I mean. I'm going to go with this. And then I'm going to even go with I mean and see if that helps me in any way down this. Not be square. And if this was noob, that would be an O, not be square. I don't get it. Get on with it. What would you get on with it? What would you get on with? You have a deck of cards to deal. You have tape to stick. What would you need to get on? Oh, wait, this is misspelled. I mean, and then this is a blank. I mean something. I mean stringed instrument in some psychedelic music. So I'm going to go it's a sitar because I thought it was a theremin, but psychedelic. Pulitzer winner bellows. Isn't it Saul Bellows? That would fit. Do-over of a sort. Well, it could be like tennis, where it's called a let when you hit the ball. Let's see if that was a T. Maybe I mean that, and then that would mean that residue from a barbecue, is an ash. Okay, so now what do we have? Something is me. Oh, is me. So that does work. Remember, I thought it was woe is me. It could be oh, woe, oh, E is me. So if that was a W, then how would that be? Not be square. Oh, what would be to O? Okay, and that does make that a noob. Okay, so then that would be woe is me. So how does that work across? Make cryptic. Okay, I see. To encode. And then this is bore. Bored? When I see the G, I'm always like, oh, maybe it's an ING. So if this was an I, kind of mark. Okay, and if this was an N, be forlorn. If this was bored in some way, then if this was a D and this was a cutie patootie, okay. So cutie patootie is like a slang for saying adorable. So maybe I'm thinking this could be adorbs. Let's just try it because I see that it works this way. So this would be SN, a slowpoke. Okay, could that be a snail, right? Analogous, that would be akin. And then if this was bored, IN would be ing, boarding. And that would make this an I. I'm just going to, so a skid mark. Okay, so this makes then, remember the fast pitch? And I thought it was an elevator pitch because it could be like a spiel. A spiel? Is that how it's spelled? But that would make this an N. So be forlorn. That would be pine away. And then this would be eyes because that's what I thought it was. We're going to need to keep going here. What is this one? Kitchen wrap. I thought it was saran, but see, if pine away works, then it has to be A. I don't know what else you'd wrap. You know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering if the roll has something to do with bowling. If this was an L, that would make maybe a plie is I don't know much about ballet, but I know that there's a jeté and a plie, and that's kind of all I know. So what would then this be? Kitchen wrap? Maybe an apron. Okay. I'm going to have to start making some guesses on something. So if this was bowl, okay. I mean, I've made guesses that are good so far, but I don't know if I'm do-over, retry, redo. If this was a re-something, then how would that R be? Like, yeah, okay, so would it be? Okay, so if this was, I'm going to go with, if this was a singer, it would have an S and an R, and that would work it would work then with the re-something. And then this down would be a karaoke participant. It would be singer, but then this way. Maybe this is boarding pass. Okay. Deck of cards. That's how you deal with it, stick with it, and then how do you get on with it? Well, you get on with a boarding pass. Okay, so how does this help me down? Hazards would be perils. P-E-R, yep. Okay, perils. Okay, so kitchen wrap is an apron. And then this is bowling with I-N-G. Okay, so then what? Now I see. So you get on with the boarding pass, but what do you roll? Well, you would roll a bowling ball. Does B work here? Modern love. Yeah, okay, your bay is that. So that makes this a bowling ball. So we figured out the theme. Let's come down here. A neuron fiber? Don't know, but I do know this is singer. This could, okay, so this is an easel. How do you spell easel? Is it L-E or E-L? No, it's E-L. Let's come down here. A goner is toast. And pioneer in calculus notation, have no idea. A humdinger, I don't know. I want to say it's like like Ned Flanders. It's a dilly of a something. But a do-over is a retry. Oh, it could be dilly. Well, what would this be? This 49 across wasn't a myth. Wasn't is past tense, so then this would be ed. Oh, it would be dilly. And then this would have to be existed. Oh. Well, folks, that's the Wednesday puzzle. And if you want to keep going to the Thursday puzzle, which is the big tricky one of the week, keep going. I hope this was helpful. You got the Monday, the Tuesday, Wednesday's done. Keep going, folks.